Hello, October 22. Hi. It is a Saturday, and I have a really dry throat, and I'm hoping it's just allergies. But if I clear my throat a lot in this video, I apologize. Um, I because it's allergies are kicking in, and I'm like, all right, this is that time of year where at some point between like the end of October and somewhere in November, I typically start to really need allergy meds, and I feel like it's coming on pretty strong. But it reminded me of a story, which is great because let's just get into it. Back in November of 2009, I forget exactly what day it was or what was going on in my life, but I was super congested, and I thought at the time that it was just a cold, and I would come to find out later that it was probably related to allergies, which I had never really had before. And I think 2009 was the first year that I started to develop allergies that I think are very specific to living in California, because I never had them in Massachusetts. But my ear was really congested, and I was having a lot of trouble kind of hearing, and I could feel movement in my throat and nose, and that whole thing that happens when you're like, oh man, I can't breathe, or I'm coughing. I wasn't coughing, note. But I was popping my ear severely. I would swallow and push. I could feel the air pressure moving, and then one day it got really bad, and I was having a lot of trouble sleeping, and I was tossing and turning, and I woke up in the morning, and there was blood on my pillow, and I was bleeding from my ear, and come to find out, I had torn my eardrum because I was popping my ear so much. The pressure was too heavy, and it pushed through, and so I tried going to the ER in downtown LA, and it was an experience, and they didn't do much for me basically. But luckily, my former boss and friend Uhi, she brought me to an ear, nose, and throat doctor that she knew, and he saw me for nothing, which is insane. And looking back on it now, it's insane that this was actually a thing that happened to me. A world-renowned ear, nose, and throat doctor who went into my ear and he's like, "Yep, you tore your eardrum." They put me in this booth to test my hearing, and I was basically deaf in my right ear. And I would remain kind of deaf in that ear for a couple days until it healed. And, he cleaned out everything that he could. But ever since then, my hearing hasn't been great. If I move my jaw, I can kind of hear, the popping, the movement of air, through, my throat and through the canals back here. And if I extend my jaw, if I push my bottom jaw forward, I can kind of feel a difference in the volume and depth of sound. That might sound weird. I maybe might not know exactly what I'm talking about. But anyway, I hope you've never woken up bleeding from the ear. It's kind of scary. It's something that doesn't happen a lot, and when it does happen, yeah, there's kind of a panic that ensues because you're like, wait, I'm not trained for this. No one told me what to do in the event that I bleed from the ear. Anyway, I just thought I would share that story. I've thought a lot about maybe going to see another specialist to see if I need to have my ear cleaned out again, or if there's something I could do to improve my hearing. Maybe maybe it relates back to the jaw story about my teeth and the orthodontist that was like, hey, you should move your jaw forward. Who knows? Thank you so much for watching. I will see you tomorrow.